Hello, Algebra 1. So here we go. We are going to start solving equations as I promised. This is really our first topic in the curriculum, okay? But if you look, there's some prerequisite skills that we already practiced, okay? Because if you see at the top, multi-step equations with distributive property. And combining like terms, of course. So, as you can see, remember these? Well, this is what we've already practiced. Okay, you distribute and pay attention to that negative there. Negative 3x. Okay, negative times positive. Look on the left. Negative times positive is negative. So you should know how to distribute a negative because you're going to see that on the assignment today. Okay, and going on to 2, well, there are no parentheses, so I'm not going to distribute. And this looks a lot like that last assignment, right? There's an A term. There's another one. Now look on the left. Negative 2 plus 4 is positive 2. Of course, don't forget A. And look at your numbers. We have a negative 3 and a positive 8. And when you add those two, you get a 5. Okay, so we're just going over the skills, everyone. These are not equations. Okay, how do you know? There's no equal sign. That's what equations must have. Okay, so moving on to 3, parentheses first. Here's a question. Am I going to distribute 3? I hope you said, no, mister. You're going to distribute negative 3. Look on the left before you do anything. Okay, so that will be negative 3a. And that will be minus 24. It's the same as plus negative 24. But I look at it as negative times positive is negative. And don't forget the negative 4a. It was just waiting patiently. Bring it down. Okay, and I have to go one more step on this one. So I see my two a terms are right there. Well, add them. Negative 4 plus negative 3. And someone might be thinking, wait, that says negative 4a minus 3a. Same thing. I just add. I always add. I think it's easier, but you do whatever you like. As long as we end up in the same place. You know, we have to stop right here. That's an a. That's a number. You cannot combine them. Someone did that on the last assignment. I sent them a personal message. Okay? Can't. You have to stop right there. Okay, so moving on to what we're going to do. These are the directions. Pretty much distribute if you can. If you see parentheses, everyone, take care of that right away. I'm going to move this up. Then look for like terms. And then I'll show you the actual solving part about going in reverse. Okay? Now this is what they're going to look like. The problems on the assignment today. I'm here in the middle now. So for this first one, we're not going to solve. Okay, looking at this one. What would you do if you had to solve that in the first step? But I'll tell you this. The equal sign finally shows up, right? Ignore that equals 17 part. There's nothing I can do to that 17. Your focus should be over here. What would you do first? Well, hopefully you think, combine like terms. Yes, I see a 15y and a negative 13y. You would add them. Now, I'm not going to solve that. These are just little discussion questions, okay? This is what I would normally be doing in the front of the room, calling on you to answer these. Okay, now this one, clearly you see those parentheses. You're going to immediately distribute that too. It would actually read 6n, because I do 2 times 3n, plus 16. And I'd bring down equals 34. Okay, this video might be a little bit long today, but you have to begin to understand these equations because they're only going to grow. Okay. Well, anyway, moving on to this one. Don't combine like terms yet. You would have to distribute first. Okay, so always look for parentheses first. All right, so here we go. First example where it says guided practice, that means we do it together. Again, you can be writing all this on paper like notes. I said that on one of the other videos. So first, I look for parentheses. Well, they're not there. I celebrate. Okay, celebration's over. I can draw that line. Some do, some don't. It separates the problem. I just go combine like terms. 7x minus 3x is just 4x. I still have the minus 8. And I still have the equals 24. So all I really did was just combine those two things. Now I want this x all by itself. Well, because in the end, you know, I want to be able to say x is, you know, the answer is, well, there are two numbers with it. I'm going to cancel these numbers one at a time. And I always cancel this one last. So that means I have to undo the minus 8. So I'm going to do the opposite. And for an equal sign, maybe you remember what you do on one side, of the equal sign you have to do on the other. That keeps it balanced. So add 8 to both sides. That 8 is gone, those 8s. So 4x is still over there. Now on the right, I have to combine 24 plus 8, 32. And hopefully you can tell right now the answer is 8. 4 times something is 32. But we show our work. We do the opposite of that multiplication there. I put the little multiplication dot. And that is division. And you're thinking, well, why do I have to bother with that? Just play along for now. This is how you're going to show your work. This is the only way you will get full credit. Okay? So, again, you can pause the video and try that one. That's up to you. I hope it makes you happy. So I'm going to go ahead and do it because I'm sure you already paused the video and did it, right? Some of you did, I know. It looks just like the other one over there. So 8x minus 3x, 5x. Bring down the minus 10 equals 20. Remember, deal with this 5 last. Cancel that minus 10. Plus 10 on both sides. I draw that line. It kind of separates it. It's like adding up and down. You don't have to, but just be organized. You know, my writing's not the neatest in the world, but my work is organized. Now you can again tell the answer is 6. The solution we call it, but you're going to see it right there. We divide that off. And what this really means is that if you put this 6 right here for this x and that x, did all the math over here, you should get that 20. Okay, 8 times 6 minus 3 times 6 minus 10 more is 20. You can actually check your answer by putting that back into the problem. All right, moving along. I know we're past the 6-minute mark here, but you'll see. I think this will pay off. So now we see some parentheses. I have these two all worked out, you'll see, to save a little bit of time. So first thing I'm going to do is jump in and distribute. The 5x I'll bring down in a second. 3 times x. That's why we practice those skills, you know. 3 times 4. You can bring down the equals 28. Bring down the 5x. Now, question time. Something's missing right here. What do you think I should put there, a plus or a minus? Well, positive 3 times positive x is positive, so that means I'll put an addition sign. And now this looks like the example we just did. Okay, I realize it's a little blurry. I can't change that. I tried to mess with the camera setting. But so this looks like the other two that we just did. 8x. And same thing. I want x by itself. Cancel the 12 on both sides. That scratches out. 8x drops down. 28 minus 12 is 16. These are working out to be whole numbers. Very nice. They don't always do that. And x is 2. Okay, so that cancels there. So I want you to try this one. You know the old pause the video. I already have it worked out, so go ahead and I'm going to just, I'll show you one line at a time. So here we go. All right then. First, you should have distributed and got that. 2 times x, 2 times 1. Should have given you that. The rest of it is just the old bring it down. Now look on the left. I see 2x and I see 3x. Add them. 5x. They're both positive, everybody. Okay, so that's what you should have now. I want to add the 2 to both sides. It looks like that. Well, obviously x is 1, right? 5 times the mystery number is 5. Well, the mystery number, okay, it's really not the mystery number, but x is 1. And if you go again, put 1 in for this x and that x, you should get a 3. All right, last one. And you see some white out because I solved it. Then I thought I'll do it live for you. There we go. Distribute. And actually, I wanted you to see this because I'm distributing a negative, and there are a few on the assignment that have this. Okay. So negative 3 times x. Negative times positive is negative. Negative 3 times negative 2. I see a minus in front of both of them. Oh, that's positive 6. I see how my signs are working, and the rest of it is, as I said, bring down. Once you clear those parentheses, it should look a little better. Okay, 4x minus 3x is just 1x. You can put a 1 in front of that if you like. Some do, some don't. And look at this problem. Something plus 6 is 21. Well, 15 plus 6 is 21. Subtract the 6 on both sides. Show your work. If you just take shortcuts and write answers on the assignment, everyone, you will not get credit. I have to put that out there. Okay, well, again, try this one, and then this very long video will be over. I'll just show you the assignment real quick. Okay, you should have distributed first. But watch your signs. You should be looking at your work. Negative times positive. See, x is positive, is negative. Negative times negative is positive. Most of the mistakes in Algebra 1 are sign mistakes. Over and over all year long. So the sooner you master that, the better things will be for you. Well, then I'm just going to combine the 6x and 2x. They make that 4x. Subtract 10 on both sides. It will look like this. And you can divide and get a 9. That's essentially what you will do on the assignment. Now, the assignment is a little bit long. It's 20. I'll zoom out. 20 problems. Okay, you have space to show your work. I think only one will not divide evenly. Just leave it as a fraction. Okay, don't worry about it. And then there's a back, so it goes up to number 20. But it's just like what we just did, and nothing different. Actually, many of these are much shorter. As you can see, like at the beginning, all you do is combine like terms, right? Then you'll divide. So these are this one are 2 steps. So is that one. All right, so do your best. If you have any questions, let me know. See ya.